Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Pokémon Ruby Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we faced down the flying-type gym leader of Fortree City, Winona, where my first run had ended, and managed to come out on top. We managed to rise above. This time, we will be progressing forward through Route 120 on to wherever we can go. So, as you can clearly see, I haven't changed around my team, but I did get them trained up a little, and we're going to start things off by fighting this woman right here. Me, Pokemon, and my parasol. If any one of them is missing, the picture of beauty will be ruined. Well, that's certainly something, I suppose. One Pokemon, and it's a cast form, so it's going to become a water type due to the rain, so Forest is definitely the perfect choice to lead this off. So one Leaf Blade ought to do ya. Yep, no doubt. Parasol Lady Angelica, you've completely ruined my booty. Yeah, but for a good reason. Forest, you finally reached your final stage. I think that this is actually the latest that any of my starters has evolved in one of these projects, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, with that taken care of, we're going to avoid that trainer, and we're going to just press on through this tall grass, and I probably should have thrown up a repel, because there's nothing that we can catch here, since this is still Route 120 where we caught Reaper. Let's just... I don't know why that didn't take at first. Let's just go into our bag. And we'll use some of these super repels that I stocked up on. We'll avoid any trainers just because I don't really feel like fighting right now. I'll probably come back for them off screen. Grab that nugget, because I knew that was there. There's probably some hidden items as well, but I'm not as concerned about getting them. And now we're out of the rain and got a nice clear sunrise. Seeing the clouds in this lake for the first time was rather special to me. Anyway, let's avoid that guy. Hyper potion, so that's pretty good. And now we have officially crossed over into Route 121, which has one new encounter for us. Come on, turn. Okay, thank you. Not sure what those berries are, but I'm not going to worry about it. And let's just actually... Well, let's see if we can run into somebody, but first we're going to swap her boast to the front just because she has Thunder Wave, and I want to make sure that I can catch whatever I run into. Or at least the one Pokemon that I can catch. And here you are. A level 26 Duskull. About time we came across a ghost type, and this would actually be rather useful because the next gym that we're heading to is going to be a Psychic type gym. Though I have my own plans for it. But we'll get into that later on. Anyway, with that, let's just try an Ultra Ball now that you're paralyzed. Alright. Great. The Requiem Pokemon, I have just the name for you. Eidolon. And with that taken care of, we can now just... Oh shoot. I probably should have thrown up a repel, because if we run into... we might end up getting caught in a fight with that girl. And oh, okay, we're to move out to Mount Pyre. Alright, well, we know that they're up to no good, as per usual, so we'll have to go after them. But before that, I want to continue along this route, because right here, this building, filled with rare Pokemon, Safari Zone. Yep, it is the Safari Zone here after all this time. Now, I do have a rule for this place, known as the Nature Reserve / Special Reserve Clause, and the way this works is that, unlike the normal Pokemon catching, you go into the route, you're given 30 Safari Balls to catch as many Pokemon as you want, and you can only throw a ball, throw a rock or throw bait at a Pokemon, and throwing bait causes it to stick around more, throwing a rock causes it to get angry and easier to catch, but more likely to flee. Bait also makes it less likely to be caught. I don't know really why, but there are a lot of Pokemon that you can only get through this area, and it's a lot of headache to go through with any Nuzlocke. And in my case in particular, with Nuzlocke, the Safari Zone can be played a number of different ways. Most people have it where each individual area within the Safari Zone is its own encounter chance. Some people just have one encounter for the entire area. I, however, like to treat this a bit differently. I've always seen the Nuzlocke first encounter clause as only being able to catch the first Pokemon you encounter per route, because wild Pokemon are rather particular, and going through and searching or catching a lot in an area, at least in my opinion, is lore-wise, would be affecting the natural environment, whereas this is a special reserve where people are invited to pay to catch Pokemon. So, in that respect, my ruling has me able to go in and ignore the first encounter clause, find whatever I want, and catch it, because it's basically a wildlife sanctuary that allows for, I wouldn't call it trophy hunting, but that's the closest approximation that I can come to. Anyway, I don't have a Pokemon in here that I suppose I shouldn't say that. There are Pokemon in here that I would want to catch, but I'm not necessarily sure that I need them right now, so I'll probably be coming back at a later point to see what the Safari Zone has to offer. So we're just gonna move along and make our way to our next destination. And I really need to throw up another repel now that I think about it, so let me just do that. Just use a regular repel right now. I don't foresee us needing to do too much. Now, which are these? Nanab berries? I don't need Nanab berries. I could have sworn there were person berries around here, but you know what? I won't worry about it. I'll just quickly go to the Pokemon Center so that we can get it registered, so that we can come back here to Lily Cove City whenever we need. Thank you for that. Now, there are some things that we can do around here, but I do want to make sure that I grab a particular thing of berries, so let's go back onto this route. Because I know that there's at least one set of person berries around here. Maybe it was with those berries that I passed up on, and oh, okay, well, have to fight you anyway, I guess. Oh well. Suppose we can deal with that. only 2 Pokemon, and one's a Kecleon, so should be okay. Let's just use Thunderbolt. I know that you have a lot of special defense, but I'm sure Urbosa can overcome. Of course, you end up getting 5 hits. Alright, well, you can't survive 2 Thunderbolts even though your type did become electric, so you do resist. Okay, and it's a Viper. You know what? Let me just swap to Rudin. He's the last member of the team right now to evolve, and he has at least some leverage here. So let's just dig. And should be easy peasy. Thank you, Darude. Yeah, I take you seriously. Anyway, I think it's actually one of these, but nope, those are Chesto berries, but those are also good. Pure sleep, even though I do have the blue flute now. These two right here, Persian berries. I have a particular strategy later on, and just in case I needed these, I just want to make sure that I grab those. Anyway, now that we've taken care of that, we can head south here to hopefully find out what exactly it is that Team Magma was up to. But before that, I actually want to go down this way, because there is a particular person, right? Well, first, let's grab these citrus berries, because we can never have enough of those. And then talk to this woman. I love Grass-type Pokemon. Do you have any Grass-type Pokemon? Oh? You like Grass-type Pokemon, don't you? I'm so happy. You can have this. It's a token of our friendship. Obtain the TM19. I check trees with my Grass-type Pokemon. I'm like a tree doctor. What she doesn't tell you is that is the TM for Giga Drain. In base Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, it's not that great. 5 PP and only 60 power. But it is the strongest draining move that you can get. With my Universal Pokemon Randomizer, it has been brought up to 75 power and 10 PP, so it's slightly better. Definitely consider putting that on Forest at some point. Anyway, we're now here in Mount Pyre, which we know that Team Magma is here for some reason. And there are only 2 Pokemon in here. One more common in Ruby, one more common in Sapphire. Duskull is the one that's more common in Ruby for me, so we're probably going to be here a while. I'm not going to throw up a Repel because there is at least one other Pokemon here that I want to get. Though I think it only appears on the later floors. And it seems to be proving me right with how often Duskull seems to be appearing here. Well, that'll replace the Super Repel we wasted, so let's just... Oh, have to fight you. Rich atmosphere of the mountain has elevated my psychic power. A mere child like you dream of winning? Well, I'm pretty sure I have a shot. Especially seeing as you're still using a first stage Pokemon at this point in the game. And a second stage Pokemon, but its base stat total is pretty terrible, so... Plus it's at the level that it should have evolved to its final stage by this point, so Really, you need to do better, my guy. Let's just head up this way. And I did not mean to get into a fight with you, but oh well. Hopefully this doesn't go too badly. I forget what you have. Okay, Makahita, not so bad. I think Urbosa should be able to handle this. Okay, slightly harder, but I think Urbosa can also handle this. It doesn't have the best special defense. Okay, this might be trouble. Let's just... You know what, I'm gonna swap to Stussy because I feel that she has the bulk to be able to take whatever this thing can dish out. And I had a feeling that fake out was coming. Let's just use Surf, because I know that this thing doesn't have great special defense. Okay, good. I was a little worried there, but Stussy thankfully has the bulk to be able to deal with this. And Urbosa gain grew to level 37. We are getting a little close to the current level cap of 42, but we have plenty to do before that. Let's swap. You know what? We'll keep Urbosa in the front, and let's quickly heal up everybody. Okay, and you know what? Let's actually also give the experience share to Darude, just so that he can hopefully get up to level 40, because with the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, his evolution level is now 40. I love all things horrifying. It's like a disease. When I'm here, I shiver with fear. You are really rather strange, I must say. But, hey, Hex Maniac Tasha looks like a witch, has a ghost type, and that is the other Pokemon that is here at Mount Pyre that I could catch if I can run into it, so definitely want to keep Urbosa in the lead for right now. And a Kadabra, but we should be okay, I think. Losing I dislike. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. Let's just quickly get on up. I don't seem to be having much luck in finding... Yeah, definitely not much luck in finding that Shuppet. Or a Shuppet. But oh well, we already got the better of the two ghost types of Hoenn, in my opinion. I'll just avoid this spinner. And the last thing here that I definitely want to grab... I really probably should throw up a repel, but I don't quite care. Is this TM30. That is Shadow Ball. A powerful 8 power ghost type move. Physical in this gen, because physical special split hadn't happened yet, but it's still a good TM to have. And okay, finally found a Shuppet. So we can just quickly have Urbosa paralyze it. You have to be really careful with this because Shuppet does have Curse, I believe, at this level. So it can be a bit tricky to deal with. However, I think the same strategy I used to get Duskull should work here. Alright. Attracted by feelings of jealousy and vindictiveness, if someone develops a strong feelings of vengeance, this Pokemon will appear in swarms and line up beneath the eaves of the person's home. That is dark. You know what? Not really having the best idea for a name, so just go simple with Hex. And let's quickly now use a Super Repel. Wax Incense. I believe that makes it. I believe that's a held item that makes it more easy to be missed. Yeah. Slightly lowers the opponent's accuracy. Let's go down this hole. I forget which one that I need to go down. And that was not it, so I'll just have to go back up a floor or two. And make sure that we go down the right hole this time. Get a Sea Incense. I believe that's just like the Mystic Water, increases the power of water-type moves. Although I don't remember if in this gen, if it's more or less, if it's more or the same as the Mystic Water, but still something to grab. Anyway, found one Ultra Ball. That's decent, I suppose. And let's just go through this hole, because there is another exit here, and there are different Pokemon here, but since I already caught the Shuppet, I'm not going to be bothering catching anything here. That said, I think I want to make sure to grab this item. TM48, that is Skill Swap. It'll basically swap your ability with your opponent, or if you're in a double battle with your partner, if you use it on them. Can be a rather useful TM if you use it to swap if you use it on, say, a Slacking to get rid of its Truant ability and unleash its maximum potential. I'm not too concerned about that, though, since I have a Slagoff, but it's so far under-leveled and not really worth my time at this point. Anyway, let's just quickly make up our way to the peak of Mount Pyre, and as I suspected, Team Magma is here, so let's actually swap Urbosa back. And you know what? We haven't had Shogo up front in a while, so let's have him take things off, or lead things off. I'll show you exactly how scary Team Magma can be. You tell yourself that. I don't foresee that being the case. Zubat. Oh, let's just use Slash. And Shogo is cutting through these guys like a hot knife through butter, so that is really good. So you think you can stand up alone to Team Magma's might? I've been doing it for quite a bit in this journey. I'm pretty sure that I've got this handled. What's up with you? What does a single kid expect to do? Stop you guys? It's been pretty much my MO every time that I've gotten involved with you. Whether it was you stealing parts from a Devon researcher, or attacking an oceanic museum, or stealing a meteorite and intending to drown the world to drown the Hoenn region in magma to expand the land, which, that does remind me, I did actually look up what Team Aqua's version of this in Sapphire is. They plan to use the power of the meteorite to supercool the magma of Mount Chimney and create a new habitat for water Pokemon from having rainfall fill up the volcano, which That is just plain stupid. One, no matter how big it looks on screen in this game, a volcano is not that big. I mean, sure, it's tall and has quite a bit going for it, but even if you did fill it with enough water, there's not nearly enough room for Pokemon to thrive in there. And plus, who knows what sort of damage that would cause to the world at large. I don't know how sealing up a volcano would work out. Plus, if the volcano did ever get violent again and erupted, then you just killed that habitat of Pokemon that you set up. So I really don't get Team Aqua's version of that plan. I mean, at least Team Magma makes sense. They want to expand the landmass by having the volcano explode and send lava to expand the Hoenn region's landmass. They went about it in a stupid way, considering that they would be... I mean, their whole thing is the advancement of humanity and technology and everything by expanding the world's landmass, but they would have set the Hoenn region back quite a bit with their foolish endeavor to expand the landmass in that way. But why am I trying to rationalize clear evildoers? It makes no sense. Anyway, with that, we have beaten the 3 grunts, and Maxie is accosting somebody. Not you again. You've impeded our plans repeatedly, but this time you're too late. The blue orb that rested atop Mount Pyre. I, Maxie, claim it as mine. Phew. Finally, I can realize my grand design. Come on, crew. It's Slateport next. Oh no, this cannot happen. How could they take the blue orb? The blue orb and red orb must never be separated. They belong together. Fine. You take the remaining red orb. Please, take after that foul man and get the other orb back. Obtain the red orb? Alright. Well, with that, I'd say that we have pretty much covered what I wanted to do. However, let's quickly swap force to the front, and we'll just fly back to Lily Cove to end things off there. Because we have been going for quite a bit now, and I am trying to stick to this sort of shorter time. So anyway, I believe with all that said, I'm going to end things off here. Next time we'll be exploring a bit more of Lily Cove City, and hopefully tracking down where Maxie went. So until then, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.